Welcome to The Grind and Glow.
Real talk, real estate, real life.
I'm Kathy Garcia.
And I'm Megan Black. We're two unlikely friends turned business partners bringing you real, unfiltered conversations about the real estate world and the wild ride that comes with it.
From industry highs and lows to behind the scene moments you won't believe, we're here to keep it fun, relatable, and refreshingly real.
Expect laughs, lessons, and a little chaos along the way.
Because in real estate and life, things don't always go as planned.
Let's get real. Let's talk real estate. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, I am super excited about Sam Kublin today. She is one of the founders of For the Girls for Raleigh. She does a ton of social media. If you need someone, definitely give her a call. And welcome to the show. Thanks for
so much. Excited to be here and chat with you guys.
Yeah, so it's funny because I had seen For the Girls, I'd seen some stuff, but I hadn't really ventured out because I'm super introverted.
Yeah.
Kathy's usually my double. So
her plus one, yep.
I'm actually her plus one usually.
Yeah.
She's a more extroverted, so I just
attach balance each other out.
We do.
Yeah,
perfect team.
Yeah, it's interesting. Luckily, she does all the talking, and I just kind of sit there and
smile.
Yeah,
and look pretty.
Thanks, girly. So, how long have you been doing For the Girls?
So, For the Girls was founded in October. And we started our Instagram in December.
Wow.
And so it's really taken off and been growing. Mm-hmm. Social media is a powerful tool, I will say, and just following those who are queer in the community to get the message out there and really leaning on queer spaces like Arcania, which is a queer bar in Durham, at the time Ruby Deluxe, and kind of tap into their following to tap into our audience and get them to come out to our events. We really focus on low-cost events and free events. Our goal is really just to bring the community together and have other queer people meet other queer people.
Yeah, that's really cool. I didn't realize it was so new. Because you guys, we came out to the picnic event. There was probably I don't know.
Yeah, so the picnic event that you guys came out to was actually a joint event with Sapphic Trails, which kind of started after we started. And they focus on those events that are for outdoorsy people, hikes. So it's more niche, which is nice because when you have a big group of queer people, we all have different interests and hobbies. And so it's nice to kind of niche down. For example, we have a event tonight that's a yoga class. It's 25 spots at a local Raleigh wine shop. And that's nice for people who are interested in yoga or just want a more intimate setting. And then on this Sunday coming up, we have our Sunday Fun Day event, which Megan will be a vendor at, so come out. And that's more just a hangout to meet other people, networking, shop queer small-owned businesses, get to know people in the area. So really trying to make events for everyone and find something for everyone.
Yeah, that's super cool. How'd you end up, how'd you get started doing this? What made you think to yourself, because I think to myself, we actually were just talking about this. I don't really have a ton of friends in general, and definitely not a ton of queer friends.
Yeah.
So how did you end up starting this group?
Yeah. I feel I've always been someone who wants to bring the people together. I'm always the more the merrier. I really wanted to find my people. I feel I came out about 2.5 years ago, and every year that I have been out, I feel I've leveled up into the queer woman I want to be. And I really wanted to find other like-minded queer individuals to surround myself with. So that's kind of how that started. I've always been creative and active on social media and outgoing and extroverted and make a lot of plans. And I'm everyone come. And so that's kind of how that started. It started with an idea with two of my friends, Paige and Annie, and they both helped me out. And we all run it together.
So you got a community building a community.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that there was Raleigh Girls Club, and I was we need that for the queer community. We need something more niche for us. And so that's kind of how that idea came about.
Yeah, you said you moved out of state, right, from out of state, and kind of wanted to build that community, because I think all of us here are from out of state. So what would you say is one of the things that made you say, okay, I need a space here. I need to build something? Because I think a lot of people talk about stuff like that. Oh, how do I find my people? So
And I will say it took a lot of time. Like I went through some different friends and different groups, like I was talking about earlier. When my family moved here 4 years ago from South Florida, I was born and raised in South Florida, and I had never moved before besides for college, which was 2 hours away. So I really only knew South Florida besides traveling a little bit. So when we moved here, I was like, where are we? Like in Andrew and Fuquay.
I know,
like,
Fuquay of all the places we talked about.
And just like Florida's so flat, like the driving, it's hilly stuff here. And I'm like, where are we? Like back roads, it's just so different. And so it really took time to get used to. Like at first, when I first moved here, and I know you said that too, like it was hard to meet people and just, it's hard starting somewhere new. And I worked remote. So I was like, how am I going to meet people? The people I was meeting were like young and married, or we just didn't have things in common. And so last year, one of my goals was to move out. I was doing a lot of traveling the past few years, backpacking and just working remote, trying to figure out what I wanted to do specifically within influencer marketing, digital marketing, social media marketing. There's just so many avenues you can go into, and I wanted to like test them all out and see what I liked and what I really wanted to pursue. And so I took advantage of that and traveled, and then decided to move out. And so I moved out into an apartment, and I really was like, this year I really want to focus on growing a community, like making a solid group of friends, loving where I live, because I was like, I love Raleigh. I love the Triangle, the weather, the people. I love thrifting. I love breweries. 2 things I never did in South Florida. I would go to the beach. Like I just had different hobbies. And so I really just full force went into it and ended up loving it here. I love that like my family is close by too, and my friends are my family too. So
you have
it's
a lot
been
of
nice.
friends.
I definitely do. I like to say I don't have a friend group, but I have a friend community, because anyone and everyone is welcome as long as we vibe with you, and you know, you're here for the right reasons. Like you're welcome.
What has been your favorite event that you guys have thrown?
Ooh,
It's been a year almost, right? So,
it's been almost a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. Okay, so our first event was a Spooky Gals event. So it was
Right
like
up my alley.
Ghost.
Right up my
And
alley.
so we all dressed up, which was super fun. So everyone dressed up in something different, and it was just at a local bar. And at that time, we didn't have social media. We didn't have a social media account. We were just using, Paige and I were using our own Instagrams to promote the event, and on dating apps, and really just trying to get people to come out. And I think we were like blown away, because a lot of people came out at that event. So we were like, this is awesome. We need to start an Instagram. Like we need to make shit
Level
happen.
up.
Like we need to just do it and not think about it, and just do it and make shit happen. So that's kind of what we did. But I guess like our most successful and my favorite event was our Galentine's event in February. It was at Ruby Deluxe, RIP Ruby Deluxe, 'cause they're closed now. But we sold over 100 tickets online, which was amazing. So we already knew we were going to have a ton of people there. And it was just like felt for the gals, like anyone who wanted to come out and just have a night out, but specifically for us and for our group. And then we had 77 people who bought tickets at the door. So this was a very successful event. We were blown away. Ruby was like, come back whenever. Like, we would love to have you. But just trying to tap into like other places, non-drinking events, drinking events, like yoga events. We did a workout class. We did a class at Ruma. And we did a scrap event. So that was like self-defense focus and donation focus. So like the opportunities are endless. We're always looking for new people and new places to host events at.
I love that you guys see it as, you know, everybody has different like hobbies and likes, and so you include, there's a little bit for everybody, which is kind of nice.
And we're so open to that too. Like sometimes I'll post on the Instagram, like, does anyone have any event ideas or recommendations? And so we've gotten some really great ideas, and so we're excited for what's to come. We're hoping to do like a adult prom / fall.
Oh my
ball.
gosh.
That would be so cool.
Because people are like, we want a reason to get dressed up or wear like an old prom dress or whatever. So we think that would be a lot of fun. And then like another spooky event, we did Pride Fest, which was a lot of fun. We had a lot of vendors come out. It was like a mini Pride festival basically in Raleigh.
That sounds so much fun.
It was really hot. It's so homophobic that Pride is during June. It is the hottest month in North Carolina. It is Florida vibes.
It's so hot.
It was so hot.
It's like 100 degrees.
It was.
And it's like the humidity is just like crazy.
Exactly. It was, but it was amazing. And I made like different drink ideas for it. And we had like a wall, like what makes you feel prideful or like that kind of thing.
Love
So
that.
people got to like write it on a
really
heart,
cool.
and we raised over $300 for the LGBT Center of Raleigh. So
I love that.
Very
it was a lot
cool.
of fun.
Yeah, it sounds like, I think one of my favorite things about, like, and I don't, we just met not too long ago, but it's like you have a very creative personality.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
And she's a good vibe. Like, I feel it.
Yes.
The aura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you are good.
I love being creative. I feel like even just like if it's like crafty things or like having an aesthetic, like
Yeah.
I'm a Libra, and I feel like I just tend to like make things aesthetically pleasing or
Yeah.
like to, or I feel like I have an eye for things. I
She'd
love
be a great real estate agent.
I told her, actually. Did I
guys.
not?
I feel like in my past life I was one.
Well, come on back to 2025.
Is this my sign?
Join us. This
Yeah.
might be your sign. Yeah.
Honestly, I have really thought about it. Like I've fallen
You have
in
a
love
good
with this
personality.
area.
I think it would be good. And I think, like for myself and you too, like we lean into who can you relate with, right? Well, you can relate, and who are your people, right? And so finding people who are relocating, people, the space that you're in, I think it would be, something to consider.
That's true.
Throwing it
I
out
always
there.
think about realtors and like people would want to gravitate towards someone who is from the area
Yes.
and has
No,
seen
not
the
at all.
area grow. But now I'm like, you can relate because you're not from here.
Yep.
Right.
And you found space here and you've grown community and you've networked and you've made people
Yeah.
and you've made this place that wasn't a home for you.
Exactly.
Right. And
Yeah.
having an outsider's perspective, too.
Yeah.
Like, I come in, I remember everybody talked crap about Durham. That, like, when I first moved here, everybody used to talk about how bad Durham was. And I didn't get it, because I love Durham.
Me too.
Durham is probably my favorite city in the entire triangle. And it's funny, because we used to have our co-op space was in Raleigh, and it was kind of like a uppity, like very nice. Nothing wrong with it. It's just a different vibe.
Yeah.
And then I found this, and we're at American Underground, and it is such a cool Durham vibe. Like, there's a slide in
I
here.
agree.
Yeah.
I really haven't explored Durham much, and I recently started bartending at a local brewery here, and so I'm excited to explore Durham more. Like even on the drive here, I was like, what are all these places? Like I've never been to any of these spots before, and
It's
I'm just
super
excited.
queer-friendly,
And it's
too.
exactly so. I'm like, we all need to move to Durham because that's where the queers are at. Like I feel like it's like an older scene.
Yes.
It's more like real raw and like a little grunge, and I like that vibe a lot.
It is a lot of grunt, a lot of color, a lot of murals.
Yeah, I love the murals everywhere.
And just
Everywhere.
more diverse
Yeah,
in
yeah.
general.
Very diverse.
Yeah.
Diverse people.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, I lived in an apartment when I first moved to Durham, or to the Triangle. I lived in Durham, and I loved it because literally my apartment was just like every type of person possible.
Yeah.
Had older people, younger
All
people.
different ages too.
Yeah, queer people, straight people, had all different color. Like it was just a really cool, and I love that.
Me too.
I'm
Same.
give me people.
I know. I'm like, my lease is up soon. I'm like, Durham?
Yes.
Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, but definitely trying to tap more into Durham as well because a lot of the events happen in Raleigh, but we do know that there's like a need for more events in Durham. So trying to make that happen and just, all over the triangle, honestly. Like, there's people looking for community all over. We had people reach out to us wanting to start a For the Girls of Greensboro, wanting to start a For the Girls of Charlotte. So it's just amazing how fast this community has grown and that other people want to start this where they live.
Yeah.
So trying to figure out business logisticals and how to make that happen, but hopefully like within the next year that'll be happening. A lot
And
of
that's
exciting
amazing. You
things.
took a chance on yourself. It's going to be a year that you guys started this, and that's pretty cool because most people, we talked about this, they have these dreams and these visions, and they just talk about it, and nothing is done. So, kudos to you for
We've done
seeing
a
it
lot
through.
of- yeah, and like through the process of starting this, we've learned a lot. Like trying to educate ourselves on different like queer terms and different dynamics, and making sure that we're including everyone and just being aware of different things. So it's been a lot of learning too, but we love it, and we're always open to ideas. Anyone who wants to help, like we're here, and we're like excited to just
Yeah.
continue building community and providing a space for those who are queer.
I feel good about it. I know, like I said, I'm pretty introverted and can be a little awkward sometimes, like especially in like large social situations. And when I came out to the event, I felt very welcomed. Like everybody was really nice. We ended up like, cause we like had the picnic. It was a picnic. So,
groups,
So you just kind of sit down, chill with people, get to know people, and that was really cool. So good job, like making safe space where people can come and actually feel like comfortable, you know,
included.
and included. Yeah, it means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of changing the subject, but I want to get into it.
Yeah, let's do
So
it.
you traveled.
Yes, I did travel.
So you
I
backpacked.
backpacked, yeah. I did 2 backpacking trips. One was with an ex-girlfriend and 2 friends. We went to Europe for 2 months.
Oh my gosh.
And I quit my job to do it and saved a lot of money and was living at home at the time.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm young. This is the time to do it. I really struggled and went back and forth because I'm like, after graduating college, like everyone's going into jobs, but I'm like, this is also the time to like, I have no kids. I have no animals. Now I have a cat.
Yeah.
But at this time, I'm like, I don't have anything but myself to take care of. And I was like, this is the time to do it. Like money comes and goes. And so I was like, let's do this. And actually, these 2 people that I went on the trip with, I met off TikTok, actually.
Oh my gosh.
So it was a queer travel TikToker. And she was building community for those who were interested and like wanting to connect and travel. So we actually took a risk, and one of the girls lived in Ohio and one of them lived in California. And so we planned this trip all through TikTok, by the way. So
That's
doing all the
amazing.
research from like the bus systems, the train, best times to buy flights, best times to go, best hostels to stay at, restaurants. We like pre-booked a ton of stuff. Everything was
Wow.
planned down to a T because we went to 7 countries in 2 months.
Wow.
So every few days, like we were traveling.
Yeah.
Have you guys been to Europe before?
I was in Paris in March. That was a lot of fun.
Traveling between countries is very inexpensive. So flying from Portugal to Barcelona was about $25.
Oh my gosh, we need to book a flight.
Girl,
Let's go.
I'm literally planning it. We were gonna do it this year, but
Yeah.
we ended up having to. But we got to buy a house.
Yeah.
So go buy a house, go to Europe.
Europe will always be there.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's what I'm hoping.
But yeah, like planning it and everything. And then after that, I was like, I really want to travel by myself and prove to myself that like I can do
You're
it.
so cool, by the way. Because you know what? You have such like not an old soul, but like it's good because a lot of like girls your age are like, well, I have to do A, B, C, D, but you're like, I'm just gonna bet on me and just do this. And so I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, it's really
That
hard
is
to take
amazing.
risks because originally I had planned to go with my ex-girlfriend. We were gonna go and like do a workaway experience. So that's like where you work and stay at like a hostel or could be a farm. I mean, there's so many different opportunities, but basically you go and you live there, and so you barter services. So like I was gonna bartend there and then live at the hostel basically and help with like social media and
It sounds
stuff.
like a Lifetime movie or something. You know, like it sounds
Yeah.
so cool.
It's awesome. And there's a lot of people that do this full time
my
too, which is really cool. But for me, I really also wanted to like have a home base and have a community and like love where I lived, loved the people, loved like everything about my life at home. And that, just like with social media and stuff, you always see people doing things and that's fun and that's great. But also remembering that like the life I've created at home and the community I've built is just as beautiful and amazing. And I should love that too and be happy with what I have.
Yeah, I think what impresses me about you is the fact that you have a free spirit, but you also are organized and like to make plans. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a good balance.
yeah.
And I'm a Libra, and so I feel like we're a scale, and so I'm like a little bit of both.
It makes
you know?
so much sense.
Yeah.
I'm really glad we're friends. I feel like I literally just sent a text message. I'm like, hey, I want to go to this place. And you're like, yeah, let's plan it. I'm like, yeah,
let's do
let's
it.
do that. Somebody else in the text
Yeah, I'm like,
message,
let's put it in the calendar. Like, I'm
Yeah.
ready to make shit happen.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You know the TikTok trend where it's like, "Hi, I'm Sophia, and I planned the I booked the thing.
yes.
Hi, I'm Megan. Yeah, that's hi, I'm Darshan." Like, Kathy, same way. Like, typically, it's very interesting because we try to do events and stuff like that as well, and it's funny because I am a doer, right? I will do the things, but you got to tell me the plan to do the things. Like,
Yeah.
like Kathy will call me and say, "Hey, have you done this? Did you check the Evite to make sure it worked?" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah,
That's why you guys make a good team.
Yeah.
You guys both have your strengths and weaknesses, and it balances each other out.
I think we compliment each other and we don't take it like, oh my gosh, Kathy's texting me now, or like she's following up on me, or like Megan needs this.
Yeah.
We get it. I think we see kind of like you, we see what the end goal is, the vision. The in-betweens, we'll figure it out, the logistics, but we definitely know what we want and just what the goal is. And so, Yeah, we just make things happen. But
Yeah.
so I feel like I kind of see myself in you because you're like, I'm just going to get it done. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to take the risk. I'm going to lean into the fear. I'm not going to let it paralyze me. And you're going to look back like years from now, like, oh my God, I cannot believe I did that.
Yeah. No regrets.
And that's cool.
Yeah. And there was some like points on that backpacking trip that like I went to Mexico for a month. I had been to Mexico before and I loved it there. Traveled and visited a friend there and stayed there for like 2.5 weeks. But un poquito español. I do not speak a lot of Spanish at all. And so traveling alone in a country where you don't speak the language and going to places that are not very touristy, like Cancun, not a vibe. Do not go there. It's just very touristy. It's not authentic Mexico at all. And that's not what I wanted to be doing. I wanted to stay in hostels. I wanted to meet the locals and go into like the hole in the wall places. That's the kind of traveling I wanted to do. And so it was me and my backpack. And actually when I went to Mexico for the month, I was working remote and I was able to work remote and travel. And so that's what I did. But after doing that, I was like, damn, like I can do anything.
Yeah.
Like I have everything within myself.
Yes.
And there's so many travelers when solo traveling, you're really not alone.
That's so cool. Like I would be
really
afraid, but then, then I would get over it.
Hostels and meeting people. There's so many solo backpackers. And I even met people and then like we all like did like a boat trip together. Like they were like, do you want to go to they were like, do you want to go to like this other like city with us? And I was like, no, I already have like a booking and plans. But some people really don't book all of their hostels and stays out. They kind of just like go with the flow. And I'm more of a planner and like more organized. And then you said you would be like going with the flow.
So I totally had planned on doing a solo trip, and my mom and then her friend who had done solo trips told me I shouldn't, because I don't see the potholes. Like I just like journey through life. I'm very I trust everybody, and I just assume that everybody is great and has my best interest at heart. And I like to
think the same too, but like,
and I'm like, Megan, no, like
I always want to see the good in people, and I'm always like wanting to talk to locals, and like I know sometimes, like obviously like taking safety precautions and stuff, but like some of my favorite nights were like at local bars and like just dancing in the street with like random people, and just the vibe of Mexico, like as a whole, was just such a great place for me to explore. And I already had loved the country so much, and I'm really hoping to learn Spanish too. So it helps with.
You got somebody right
practice.
here.
More practice.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Kathy can just speak to us in Spanish all the time.
Yeah,
I'm fascinated by the culture, the language, and
she has beautiful Spanish too.
I love that.
I like to hear her speak.
Your ways.
Who knows what I'm saying, but you're like, it sounds great.
I know.
Like,
I'm over here like, those little love eyes, like, that's so nice. It's like, I love Spanish. I think Spanish is such a beautiful language.
So what was the highlight of your trip? Was it more when you went by yourself, or would you recommend that? Because you said somebody said don't do it.
Yeah, he knows me.
Okay, he knows how you are.
He knows how I am. And he was like,
And everyone like told me not to. But you know what? I knew that people did it and we're okay. And I took all the precautions and did all the research, and I felt great. And this past year, I really wanted to go to Guatemala. I really want to do a solo trip every year. Nice. That didn't really happen for me because I had other goals and plans, but I haven't really traveled as much this year. Just been focusing more on like local traveling. There's so many spots here.
So many cool
many
places.
places to go to and adventure and see. Favorite part of the trip? That's so hard. There were so many great parts of it, but while I was there, actually, I got promoted, and so I got promoted to working full-time, which was exciting. At the last job I was at, I worked there for 2 years, a digital marketing agency. Cool. And I had been a contractor for a bit and really wanted to be full-time, and so that happened, which was really exciting for me. And then probably the boat trip with just like 5 different people. Like they were literally about to go on this trip. They're like, do you want to come? Like you have 5 minutes to get ready. Like throw your swimsuit on and let's go. And I was like, they're like, it's an all day trip, like food, drinks included. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. Like here's my money. Let's go. And so I just did it. And I ended up having the best time of my life, hanging out with those people, extending and staying there a few days. And I feel like I have friends all over. Like I went to California and visited a friend that I had met for a week in LA. It's just nice, like knowing different people from
Yeah.
all walks of life, from all different countries. So much to learn from each other.
Yeah, one of the things I've noticed about you, and I pay attention to things, you ask a lot of questions. Like when you're talking to people, you're very curious and very interested in people. It's really cool. Like literally watching you makes me look back at myself and go, okay, how can I be how can I be more interested in people? How can I be more curious, Instead of focusing on my anxiety or myself, like turn that into like more curiosity.
Yeah. And I think that's like, someone taught me like the saying, like, no question is a dumb question, like when you're so young. And so I feel like I've always been the person to like ask questions in school or like re-explain things, like making sure I'm understanding things or just like curious to learn more and get to know more about whatever I'm learning or the person I'm learning. Just like to get deep and get to know people and places and things.
That's really cool. So it's probably why you've been able to build such a big community so quickly. Is because you do actually care about people. And
you come off very genuine.
Yes, very genuine, very authentic. And then, thinking about your events, not only are you caring about people who are actually coming to the event, but you're also giving back to the community, giving back to the LGBTQ
that was a
center.
big part for us too, is like really wanting to tap into like nonprofit and give more to that, and making sure like we are giving back to the community, building community, but giving back to the community is also so important too. So like the places that we try to pick queer-owned spaces or spaces that like support us as people, working with different organizations, like RUMA.
What is RUMA? You've said that twice, but I don't think I've ever.
Yeah, so RUMA is a nonprofit organization that's in Raleigh, and they have a space. They do a lot of different things. If you are queer in the area, they have something literally for everyone. They have clothing swaps. They have self-defense classes. It's just a space you could literally go there and like bring your laptop and work and hang out.
Cool.
It's in downtown Raleigh. It's a great space, and I'm not sure how long they've been around for, but they're a space that a lot of people use.
Interesting. ROOMA? What is it? How you spell it?
Oh, RUMAH.
Okay.
RUMA.
Okay. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, you should. And just like other nonprofits that are small and big and small businesses. So like for the Pride Fest event, we didn't charge any of the vendors. We just wanted them to come out, give them a space to sell whatever they have or talk to the community. Yeah. So on Sunday coming up, we have a few small vendors as well. Really was just supposed to be like a hangout at a brewery, but I'm like, let's invite vendors. Like, let's have some conversations. Like, it's free. Why not? A way for them to get exposure and a way for people to find out about what they do.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you there. And I was also telling Kathy that would love to do a class as well, just because having you guys lead it as realtors, just because being in your late 20s, early 30s, I feel like a lot of people are talking about like wanting to buy a house or wanting to buy a townhouse or just even learn more about the process. Like someone like me, I don't know anything about this. So I really just want to like educate myself and learn when I am ready to do that. And now I know you guys to lean on for resources as well, which is really important. And so I want to give our community that as well.
Yeah, I tell people, I try to get people to buy all the time. And it's funny because like I genuinely care about people wanting to own houses because I seriously think that in 10 years, most people our age won't be able to afford a house.
I agree.
And that's scary to me because I know for myself, like I'm an investor. I started this business as an investor first, and I've gained so much wealth through real estate. And when I see people, especially in the queer community who they don't even think they can buy a house. Yeah. And I'm like, there are so many opportunities. There are so many options, so many things for first-time home buyers. Like there's no reason other than the fact that you don't have a plan why you can't buy a house.
I think it's having the resource and education, right? Because like we don't learn these things in school.
Right.
Not everyone has people in their life that can give them that advice or they can talk to about that. So I think having people that are experts in the industry and staying up to date and know everything going on, right? Because like everyone's moving to the Triangle area. Like it's a very growing and up and coming space, and it's hard because interest rates are up and everyone's looking to buy. So I think it's great to hear from you guys different tips and tricks. And my parents always said that renting is a waste of money and to invest, and I agree. And so just making sure everything's aligned and making sure I do make that happen. So I am able to afford a house within that time frame is important to me. And I know it's important to a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to be a fun event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
We'll get some vendors to come out with some goods and stuff too. Usually we have vendors that are like bring food. And we like to, one of the things that we do is when we tap into our vendors to help pay for events. Do you guys do that?
No, just because right now we just have the vendors coming for free, but that is something we thought about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other places do that. I know Raleigh Girls Club charges for like the vendors to be there. So that is another way.
Or maybe teaming up with those vendors and doing smaller, intimate classes. Because sometimes people, kind of like you, right? Yeah, you love like the big space, but more intimate conversations, having vendors to give like lunch or whatever, depending where you're having, is very helpful. I mentioned to her last year that we teamed up with some of our vendors and had a big client event. That is something fun too.
Yeah. Did she tell you about the movie? So we rented out the theater and
Benton.
Yeah, it was so much fun. We're doing it again this year.
Yeah.
For a week or two. Yeah.
Lots of fun. And it's our way to kind of say thank you to our clients, our vendors, and just kind of getting back into the community. And we've done a lot of things as well, not at your scale, but
we want to be at your scale, honestly.
Yeah, that would be amazing in the beginning of the year. So we kind of like you, I think last year we're talking about what are we going to do in 2025? We talked about a podcast, and then we decided, okay, let's kick off the year with a vision board. People we didn't know. So that was really fun. I think we met a lot of people that day. They came through. We did a vision board, had just natural conversations. I think just hosting events, I think is going to be fun. I think building community, again, I'm not from this area. You got to learn to love where you're at. I think I briefly told you when I moved here, it was so hard. But the moment you change your mind and you're like, this is where I'm going to live, I'm going to build my community, and you kind of get to reinvent yourself when you come here. Like you said, now I like thrifting and I like these things. And so we're kind of tapping into that a little bit more, hopefully next year.
She does the bunko.
Yeah, I do that. And then I do like the book club with a couple of people in my neighborhood. We don't even talk about the books most of the time. But it's just to get together and talk to people. And so, again, not what I would do in California, but,
Well, it's funny. I actually saw this TikTok recently, and it was saying how women who have, it was just specifically talking about women in this TikTok, but I'm sure men in the same way. But women who have at least 4 friends that they see consistently tend to live longer. So like when you build a community of women that you surround yourself, I think we just like uplift each other, and just having someone that you can call and be like, I'm having a bum day.
Yeah.
I need some encouragement. Or that you can call and be like, I just had this awesome thing happen, and double your excitement, You call me.
People who call, like yesterday, I was like, I haven't talked to Megan. Let me check up on her.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just little things like that where
And
you just
actually
want
called
somebody.
me when I was in like a bum mood.
You know what I mean? It just, and we recognize like, wait, I haven't heard from her. She good? Let me call her.
Yeah.
Exactly. I feel like the people that I have in my life now are like my favorite people ever. And I feel like I'm at the point in my life where I am my best self and like the person I want to be and who I've grown into.
Yep.
Once the frontal lobe was developed, mid-20s, everything kind of shifted. And as you grow older, you like stop caring and you kind of like reinvent yourself and just continue to build on who you are as a person. I think it's hard growing up and figuring out who you want to be and seeing other people live their lives and you don't have the same life as them, or just,
I think, so my thought process is thinking about you, because we've talked about your experience in California as well. And my experience, I came from Danville. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's a lot of poverty, and a lot of violence in that area. It's very, high school for me was rough because, it's just, and so when I moved out and I got here, I was able to reinvent myself and able to kind of figure out, who I was and what I wanted to do in life. And it's interesting because, and we say this all the time, but like, I think when you move to a new environment, you surround yourself with people you would never expect to be friends with. Like Kathy and I in a different time I would never expect for me and her to be friends, but we're friends, Yeah, we gotta find Kathy a a partner.
But no, I was like, a what?
Well, you said you put the events on dating apps. Did you say that?
Oh yeah. So in the beginning, we would use, before like our community had grew on our social media, on our Instagram, we would use dating apps to get people to come to events and match with people and be like, hey, like we're having this event, like would love for you to come out, type of thing. And just a way to reach other queer people, because we didn't have an Instagram, and we kind of just had this small idea, and then we're like, wait, this could actually be big. Like, let's actually make this shit happen. We want to do this. But it's just grown so much, and we like can't keep up at times. So it's great that like other organizations and communities have started, like Sapphic Trails and like the Sometimes I Read group, and just there, I know there's other ones that are forming and bringing community together for queer people in the community.
Are these all 18 and over events?
So it varies. Sometimes it is 21 plus, depending on if we're at a bar, where we're at. I would like to say that the range of people is definitely like late 20s to early 30s. But everyone's invited.
Mid to late 30s is also included.
Yeah. All
30 and plus.
all are.
I've been there.
I mean,
No, that's good.
yeah, I mean, like I said, like everyone's invited. Like we don't exclude anyone, but that's just the age that tends to come to events. Yeah.
Well, I also think there's another age group that people don't talk about, right? Like we talked about high school and just even younger than that, where they just don't know where their space is, and you feel like you have to be this person because that's who, you know, you have to be, right? And so I think also having a space for a younger crowd, I'm sure they'll get there, but
that's why we like to have events that are like not just around drinking, right?
Like the picnic.
Like the picnic, that was like an 18 plus event.
Oh, was it 18 plus?
I mean, we didn't exclusively say that, but like
I would have definitely brought my little girl. I wouldn't have thought twice about it.
Yeah.
When we were at the Pride event with Megan, remember there was I feel like a lot of like, they look like high schoolers, and I feel like that's such a crucial age, you know, because you're just kind of in conflict, right, of who you are. And so I think just having that space too and opening it up to that age group where they're just like, what do I do? But we saw a lot of young people, I felt, especially like high schoolers that were walking out there.
A lot of
younger crowd.
We did Pride in Apex.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I like
it was hot. I was like, Megan, I love you, but I'm out.
Yeah, she was out.
It's too hot.
The Raleigh Pride was a lot too. I mean,
that's why I didn't do Raleigh Pride, because I think Apex Pride was like it was like April.
I don't know, but it was hot.
Like April or March.
I remember when it was.
Yeah,
it
was like still hot. But Raleigh Pride is so big.
Yeah, and hot.
Yeah, it is really hot.
Yeah.
We gotta change the month.
I know.
Maybe we gotta tell people.
There's also
like
Pride.
October.
Pride last weekend was in Charlotte. So Charlotte had their Pride, and then I think Durham is in September.
Durham is in September.
So love that. Hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler. I know today was like in the 70s, and I'm like, are we getting a little touch of fall? Like, yes, please. Ready for the cooler weather and the seasons. I love that about living here, because like being in South Florida, like never experienced seasons, seeing snow, leaves change, having different like fashion wardrobes and stuff. It's so fun. I love it.
Let me get my winter clothes out.
I'm ready to go.
So if people want to find you or find For the Girls, where can they look you up?
Yeah, they can find us on Instagram at For the Girls of Raleigh. My own Instagram is at Skubb, SKUBB_. And I like to post a lot about things that are going on in the community and just different places to check out, and about my life as well. So.
Yeah,
very cool.
You're super cool. I'm so glad you came out today.
Thanks. It was so fun to chat with you guys and get to know what you guys do more, and for you guys to learn more about me, and excited to build something together within the community. And
we're definitely going to be doing some events soon. I'm hoping we'll be able to like hire you as our social media marketer.
I know.
Yeah.
No, don't tell anybody, because then they're going to want to hire her. No.
She's not for hire.
I know.
She actually is. But only if you want the best.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the show today, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.